This is Only Horror. If you can hear me, then it's already too late. Let's begin. The host asked us to pretend we weren't home. The host texted us at 11:47 p.m. and told us that if anyone knocked on the door, we had to stay quiet, turn off every light, and pretend the house was empty. Mia and I rented the place for 2 nights because it was cheap, private, and far enough out that neither of us expected to hear anything but wind. The listing called it a restored farmhouse. It was really a small 1-story house at the end of a gravel road, surrounded by dead grass and thin trees. The photos online made it look warmer than it was. The host, Aaron, never met us in person. He sent the code to a lockbox and reminded us twice to keep the doors locked after sunset. Inside the house was clean in a way that didn't feel lived in. Bare counters, no photos, no books, just furniture arranged under warm lamps like a staged model home. The only strange thing was a locked door off the hallway with a small printed label taped to it. Owner storage. Mia tried the knob and laughed. Locked. Creepy. It's probably paint cans, I said. But the label looked new. That first evening was normal enough. We ate takeout in the kitchen, watched half a movie, and listened to the house settle around us. Every sound carried. The hum of the refrigerator, branches brushing the siding. By 10, it felt later than it was. Mia was in the bathroom getting ready for bed when my phone buzzed. It was Aaron. "Do not answer the door tonight if anyone knocks." I stared at it. Then another message came in. "Keep the lights off and stay quiet. Pretend you are not home." I knocked on the bathroom door and showed Mia. "What the hell does that mean?" she asked. I typed back, "Why? Is someone out there?" The reply came instantly. "Just do exactly what I said." That answer made the house feel smaller. "Maybe he sent that to the wrong guest," Mia said, but she didn't sound convinced. Then the motion light outside clicked on. We both froze. A second later, something struck the front door. 3 slow knocks. Mia grabbed my arm. "Maybe it's him. Why would he text first instead of saying, 'It's me'?" The knocking came again. Same force. Same spacing. I moved to the living room window and pulled the curtain just enough to look out. Someone was standing on the porch. The light behind him made it hard to make out details. He stood facing the door with his hands at his sides, not moving. I let the curtain fall. "Someone's there," I said. Mia had her phone out. "I'm calling the police." Before she could, my phone buzzed again. "Do not call anyone. He checks the road when he hears cars." I showed her. "How would he know that?" she whispered. That was the first moment something shifted in my head. I told myself Aaron must be watching a camera outside. There was a doorbell camera. That explained it. Then another message came in. "Stay away from the front windows. He looks through them." Mia looked at me. There's no camera in the living room. I hadn't told Aaron where we were standing. The man on the porch knocked again, louder this time. Then something tapped the kitchen window. Mia killed the living room lamp. I turned off the kitchen light. The house dropped into darkness except for the weak glow from the bathroom. My phone lit up. "Turn off the bathroom light." Mia stepped back from me. "No, she whispered. I went and switched it off. Now the house was black. We stood in the hallway, listening to footsteps move slowly around the outside walls. Every few seconds they stopped, and in those pauses I became certain whoever was out there was standing just on the other side of the wall, listening for us. I typed with my brightness turned down. "Are you in the house?" The typing bubble appeared, stopped, appeared again. "No, stay quiet." That was all he sent. Mia whispered that we needed to leave through the back door and get to the car. I told her if someone was outside, we'd be walking straight into them. Then something pressed gently against the back door. Not a knock, just pressure, like someone testing the handle. The pressure stopped. A few seconds later, there was movement behind us. We both turned. The owner's storage door had a strip of light under it, very faint, yellow, thin as a blade. That room had been dark all evening. Then the light under it went out. We heard a soft click from the other side. Not outside, inside the house. I called the police. I stepped into the kitchen to get enough signal, and the second the call began connecting, my phone rang with Aaron's name. I ignored it and whispered our location to the dispatcher. She kept asking if we could secure ourselves in a room. I said the bedroom door had no lock. She said units were on the way. Aaron called again. Then he texted, "Do not let him hear you." I showed Mia. "Him," she mouthed. As if there were one specific person we were supposed to be afraid of. As if Aaron knew exactly who was moving around the property and exactly where we were standing while he warned us. Then we heard the storage room knob turn. Once, twice, slow, careful pressure from the other side. A voice came from the front of the house. "Hello?" Soft. Male. Close to the window. A few seconds later, it came again from the kitchen side. "I know you're in there." Maya's nails dug into my hand. Then my phone buzzed again. "He can hear the floorboards? Don't move." That was when I understood something I should have realized much sooner. Aaron was not outside watching cameras. Aaron was inside the house with us. I whispered it to Mia. "He's here." The knob on the storage door stopped moving. Silence filled the hallway. Then my phone started ringing again. In the quiet house, the vibration sounded enormous. At the front of the house, the man outside said, "I heard that." A fist hit the front door so hard, the frame rattled. Mia ran for the bedroom and I followed. We shoved a dresser against the door and jammed a chair under the knob. Outside, footsteps crossed the living room. Fast now, no more pretending. Whoever had been in the storage room had come out. The bedroom window looked over the side yard and the gravel drive. No police lights. Nothing. The closet stood half open. Inside, behind hanging blankets, there was a narrow cut in the back panel. On the floor were bottled waters, wrappers, a flashlight, and an extension cord running into the wall. Mia stared at it. He'd been staying in there. The front door crashed open. We both jumped. A man shouted from the other side of the house, "Police! Call out if you can hear me." The voice was different from the one at the window. For 1 second, I realized the man on the porch earlier might not have been the one we should have feared at all. He could have been the first deputy arriving quietly after our call. The person in the hallway ran, not toward us, toward the back of the house. A second later, there was a slam. then shouting outside, then feet pounding across gravel. We started screaming then. Both of us. A deputy forced the bedroom door open and found us half collapsed against it. There were 2 deputies. One stayed with us while the other searched the house and property. They found the storage room open. Inside, it was barely a room at all, more like a hidden passage connecting the hallway closet, the storage room, and a crawl space that led to a hatch under the back steps. There was a mattress on the floor, chargers, food, a battery pack, headphones, and an old phone plugged into the wall, still lit up with the message thread between me and Aaron. Aaron was not the host's real name. They caught him in the woods behind the house. He had used fake listing details and short rental windows, always claiming he lived in another county. The house belonged to his uncle, who was in a nursing home. He had been secretly staying there between bookings, sometimes during them, watching people, learning their routines. The deputy said they found cameras hidden in 2 vents and a smoke detector. I asked about the man on the porch. The deputy looked at me for a long second before answering. That was the first deputy, he said. He knocked and got no response. Then the lights went out. Mia started crying harder after that. We gave statements at the station and left before sunrise. The rental listing was gone by noon. For a while, that was the ending I let myself believe in. He was caught. The house was cleared. It was over. Then, 3 weeks later, I got a message request from an account with no profile picture. Just one line. You weren't supposed to go quiet that early. I blocked it. A few minutes later, another message came from a different account. Did you look in the vents too? I changed my number after that. But the part that still wakes me up is that first message. Do not answer the door tonight if anyone knocks. Because now I know what he was really saying. He wasn't trying to keep someone out. He was making sure we stayed exactly where he wanted us. If you enjoyed tonight's story, drop a comment and tell me where you're listening from. And if you want more horror like this, make sure you're subscribed. New stories are coming soon. Until next time, keep the lights on.